Hello, this is that creepy bald guy. Yeah, I got a brand new webcam, so we're in HD now. So now you can see my battle scars that I acquired in the war. The war with acne. You see, my facial expression suggests that it's supposed to be funny. So why aren't you laughing? Because I am so thrilled with my new webcam, we are going to shoot this entire video without the use of any copyrighted footage. Yeah, we're going public domain with this bitch. So now that I am in HD, like every other reviewer, I can now be like every other reviewer. There's going to be some overarching plots around here.
Did somebody say overarching plot?
Oh no, an overarching plot.
We're here to take over the world.
Oh no, my nemesis toys are here to take over the world.
But first, we're gonna make you watch this bad movie.
Oh no, they are forcing me to watch a bad movie. Oh no, it's Jaws 5. Cruel Jaws. You see, the Jaws franchise officially ended after Jaws 4, The Revenge. But the Italians did not know that. Hence, the unofficial Jaws 5, Cruel Jaws. I watched the first Jaws when I was like 5 years old, and I loved it. In fact, I loved everything Jaws. Even Jaws 3. Even Jaws, The Revenge. But strangely, I'm lukewarm about Jaws 2. So when I heard about the unofficial Jaws 5, Cruel Jaws, I had to have it. I went on a quest to find it. It was filled with danger, excitement, and romance. And by danger, I meant I typed on the computer furiously. And by excitement, I meant the search was pretty tedious. And by romance, I mean got a crappy movie. But I got it, so let's discuss it. The plot follows a small coastal town that is terrorized by stock footage of a great white shark that has morphing abilities to change into a tiger shark. Oh, well, actually, I think it's a tiger shark that morphs into a great white shark. But it doesn't matter. The shark gets its powers from bad editing. Although the movie tells us it came from the Navy. Weirdest propaganda film ever. I'm obviously not being serious. I'm just making fun of the movie for its bad editing. It's not like the shark literally has any morphing powers or... You know what I mean. But I am serious about this. I have the power to move my fan. See, I didn't have to move at all. What I am trying to tell you is that the continuity in this review sucks, and I am perfectly aware of it. And I am ashamed of that. Was the light on before? That was a gag. It had nothing to do with the review. But you all like to see me overact. And that's what makes it funny. The shark must be stopped because it keeps the tourists away, and that is ruining the town financially. Oh yeah, and it eats people too. The sheriff, a Hulk Hogan clone, and a shark expert must team up to stop it. Does this sound familiar to you, like it's really ripping off something? That's because it rips off Great White, also known as The Last Shark, which was made in 1981. Seriously, a lot of footage from this movie comes from that film. This movie whores stock footage. And bitches should not whore stock footage. The film is directed by Bruno Mattei, who's probably mostly known for being the subject of the Bruno Mattei Show, hosted by Brad Jones and his friends. But he also directed movies. He's like the poor man's Lucio Fulci. Well, before Lucio Fulci started sucking. Then Fulci became the poor man's Lucio Fulci. Let's talk about the dialogue. It sucks. Moving on. Although it does blatantly rip off other movies. I mean, Jaws is a given, but there's even some lines that I'm pretty sure were stolen from Jurassic Park. It's pretty hilarious. But moving on. Again, let's talk about the acting. It sucks, but it's also pretty hilarious. Moving on. Let's talk about what happens. The mayor is a dickwad who's being pressured by the mob to keep the windsurfing competition open. Strangely, they may have been stealing from the Jaws novel here. Apparently, those making of Jaws documentaries weren't around back then, so Bruno Mattei had no idea why they kept that subplot out. It's pointless! I am yelling, which makes it funny. Why did you have to make me watch this stupid movie, Space Godzilla?
Because you're too stupid to actually just not watch it.
That was part of the overarching plot. Anyway, there's a windsurfing competition. The protagonists want to shut it down because it's dangerous, but the mayor doesn't let them. The shark attacks. Gee, what the f*** did you think was going to happen? Haven't you seen Jaws? Actually, seriously, does the actual movie Jaws exist in a ripoff of Jaws? That is quite the conundrum. Some annoying teens get into a boat and try to kill the shark by shooting at it. But instead, they just end up pouring gasoline all over the boat and accidentally blow themselves up when they use a flare gun. They fail, they die, they're freaking morons. So the sheriff gets into a helicopter and tries to shoot the shark. Seriously. It fails, he dies, he's a freaking moron. Seriously, the characters in this movie aren't very smart. Then the mafia gets into a boat and tries to shoot the shark. Fail, die, morons. The message of the movie is you can't kill a shark by shooting at it, unless there's an oxygen tank in its mouth. But everybody knows that the only way to kill a shark is to impale it with your boat. Then it will explode. At least that's what the movies tell me. So the surviving protagonists go to, you guessed it, shoot the shark. Oh yeah, they put some explosives on the bottom of the ocean and they end up blowing the shark's head off too. I was exaggerating there for the sake of laughs. Moving on. Let's talk about the drama. It's hilarious. Moving on. Let's talk about the music. It rips off Jaws, but also in one instance Star Wars. Pretty weird. Also hilarious. Moving on. Let's talk about the suspense. There is none. Moving on. The majority of the shark footage is taken from other films, but it's very amusing in a so bad it's good kind of way. Bruno Mattei rarely made good movies, but he always made entertaining movies. And one good thing about this movie is that there is never a dull moment. It is incompetence at its finest. But I am a reviewer. I'm not supposed to take enjoyment from anything. Therefore, I must destroy it. That was a fake disc. This is the real one. Seriously, I spent like $25 on this thing and countless hours to find it. Do you really think I'm going to break it? No!
Now we're here to kill you.
Oh no, the overarching plot has returned. The overarching plot is resolved. So that's my review, complete with pointless spoilers, exaggerations that borderline on lies, and absolutely no substance whatsoever. I feel like a real video reviewer now. So what did you think about this new format? Personally, I was disappointed. I was just thinking about how the mic cannot sustain my yelling cannot sustain my acting cannot sustain my comedic timing, and half of the jokes were missed because there was no footage. And I keep looking at the script. And those purple pillows. Seriously, what the f*** is up with those? But because I point out these problems, then they are not problems. I'm just being really meta. So go to my website, read my written reviews, and watch all of my video reviews. Critiquing the Critics episodes are released a week in advance before they're put up on YouTube. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and donate all of your money to me so that I may produce a $300,000 movie. My name is Marshall Harder, and I'm here to tell you if you're going to have cinematic diarrhea, then at least have the decency to, where's the toilet paper? There's no toilet paper on the set. Well, that ruined that.